Hello everybody, welcome to a new video! Today is a draw with me video and I am making some Pikmin art. I have been obsessed with Pikmin recently because I just came back from my trip in Melbourne and I've been playing Pikmin. I'm in the early stages of playing. I just got into the game like a week or two. So I only have the basic Pikmins like the red, blue, yellow and purple Pikmins. I have yet to unlock the other colors and I've been very obsessed with them. Right after I finish recording this voiceover, I will be taking my Pikmins out for a walk. The reason why I am drawing this Pikmin art today is because I just came back from my trip in Melbourne and I sent my Pikmins out on an expedition to collect some apples and seedlings for me, and they said they will be arriving in 69 days. The funny thing is, in 69 days, I will be going back to Australia for another booth at Mellowmart. And then by the time they reach me, they have to walk back to Australia again. And I found it pretty funny, so I just decided to document them holding an apple and traveling across the many countries and the river and the water. And I just have many ideas for this Pikmin thing. I really want to draw more Pikmin fan art. I think I'm in my Pikmin phase. Hence, this Draw With Me video is born. For those of you who don't play Pikmin Bloom, that is the phone game. It's actually like a step tracker thing that helps you get in your steps, and you can plant flowers as you walk and collect Pikmins and grow them and feed them and fight mushrooms and stuff. It's pretty cool. This is not a sponsorship for the game, but it's very cute and it's free. So yeah, I found them really cute, and that's why I decided to make them the subject matter for this Draw With Me video today. Yar! So I'm just planning to yap a bit here and there and tell you guys more about my process for this video. I'm planning to do this like little color with me, draw with me video. I did the sketch beforehand. If not, this video is going to be super long. I did the sketch and then now I'm coloring in the colors for this piece, and it's just a couple of Pikmins. Usually I send 6 Pikmins to collect an apple, but there's 5 here. Maybe there's one more behind the apple, you just can't see it. But yeah, I thought to show my coloring process because I found a few comments of people asking me to showcase how I color. I don't exactly know how I color as well. It's very intuitive and I don't know how to describe it or put it in words. So here is a color with me video and it's around an hour long, and I hope you guys enjoy the vibes. I also put on some chill music, so for those bits where I'm not really chatting as much, you guys can listen to the music. Also, if you all have any questions for me about like anything at all regarding art, I would love to share. For this piece, I'm using one brush. I use one brush to sketch and to color, and it's the Spectra brush. You can tell by the little like painterly vibes that this brush is giving. And I really like how all the colors blend together. You know, it's giving. Yeah, so I'm just doing the foliage. I set my canvas color to one color and then I would layer the colors on top of one another to create the different layers of colors that will eventually blend together. I won't get too technical about stuff because honestly, when I am coloring, my brain is empty. Sometimes I stop and I'm just like thinking, I'm like, oh. Which is why sometimes doing streams, on live streams when I'm coloring, I just cannot chat and color at the same time because I need to think. I need to be like, oh, what color works best? What should I add to this? You know, what would create the best effect of what I'm trying to achieve? Usually that's what is going on in my brain, which is why I can't like yap and color at the same time. But I feel like sketching is easier for me to talk and for me to stream and do all those stuff at the same time, like simultaneously. Okay, can I tell you what kind of blues I really enjoy? I love this like turquoisey blue. I also really like how it looks on the pink background. So it's low-key underpainting, but it's not too obvious. I let some of that pink peek out from the colors. I also color pick a lot. If you watch the video, I actually do color pick quite a bit. I don't think it's the best practice to color pick but I usually color pick to get the colors around that color that I'm picking. And I find it really nice to blend like similar color shades into a place, and then it just kind of works out for me. I don't know. It takes a lot of experimenting for me to figure out what kind of colors I want. I will try my best to put the things and feelings of how I felt into words as I was making this piece, because I literally just am done with it. So I kind of remember, like, all the thoughts are still pretty fresh in my head. I actually redo this part quite a bit because the pigments were not pigmenting. The shape wasn't shaping, so I went back a couple of times. You can see it at the last bit. I went to repaint the pigments, and I have a habit of coloring everything in one layer because I feel that if you notice, like throughout this whole canvas, I'm always doing the one layer canvas challenge because coloring everything on one layer feels right. I don't really erase as much. I usually, like, you know, when you're doing traditional painting and then you make a mistake, you don't have the option to erase, and then you just color over the mistake and then try to work it out. That's basically what I do in all my paintings, actually, especially for coloring and for bigger pieces like environments and stuff. I really like to keep that practice, and it works for me, and I really enjoy coloring everything in one piece. I love seeing how all the colors blend together. It's very satisfying. I think for the first time I ever did this, I did the sketch lines really clearly, so it feels like a coloring book. As time passes in my coloring, I feel that I would just need really rough lines to get to know where, like, just to see the composition, and then I'll just add on the color afterwards. It's been working out very well for me, but I understand that different people have different ways of doing things, and this is just how I do it. One thing also is that I really enjoy watching other artists on Twitch as well, because you get to see how they color, how they put their colors, and how they draw. And everybody's technique is different, and it's so interesting to watch. I learned a lot actually from Twitch streamers, especially when they draw everything in real time. So I thought instead of speeding up my footage and making it into a like quick time lapse, I thought to just showcase every single second of my process here. At this point of the video, I hope you guys take a sip of water and stretch. And let's get on with the video. One question that I usually get really often when I'm streaming is how I get my ideas for all the art that I make, because I do make quite a bit of art in a very short amount of time. I usually have my notes app. It could be life experiences, it could be like sitting on a toilet and then suddenly an idea comes to me. Basically, I just get my ideas from real life experiences. You make a list of things that you like and write it all down in a little book or in your notes app. Because I always have my phone with me, so I always write it down on my notes app. I'll be like, cat meme, hee hee ha ha, hongshu, me, pee pee poo poo. It's so silly. Sometimes my friends send me some memes and I found it super funny and I laugh at it and it gets to me. Or when I'm scrolling TikTok even, I would come across memes and stuff. I would incorporate it into my art. But for me, this pikmin painting was born just due to my trip. I'm gonna post about it soon, by the way, in the next video. It's a vlog in Melbourne, and I went on a trip with my friend to booth at KaigaCon in Melbourne, and she was playing Pikmin Bloom. I know a couple of friends who play Pikmin Bloom, but I've actually never seen her playing in front of me in real life. And every morning when she wakes up, she would be like, oh, I gotta fight the mushrooms, it's a weekend and or something, and I'm just, oh, what is this? I was never really interested in the game until I left the Airbnb to go live with my family, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm so bored, like let's download this game and see what it's all about. And that's how I got my inspiration to draw this Pikmin art, because I came back and, as I said earlier, it's taking 69 days for them to bring back something, and I found it super funny. That's basically the inspiration behind this Pikmin art. But February's Patreon reward, I was super inspired by Monster Hunter and the cats. Basically every single art that I create, there's like an inspiration behind it. It's because I always go back to what I love, reflect it into my art pieces. So everything I create, I love. Some days where I feel like I need to to do more self-care or I need affirmations, I would draw affirmations for myself and I would actually get my journal out and see all the affirmations that I've wrote for myself from the past. I'll make them into stickers, silly little reels, any form of art. I just draw it from like within, and that's how I get inspiration for my art. Another frequent question I get asked on stream is, what do you do when you get an art block, or how do you cope when you come face to face with art block? I think art block is very prevalent or frequent amongst artists. I guess it happens to everybody, and it does happen to everybody because sometimes your brain just needs that reset. You either rest or you continue arting and push through the block. But sometimes there are days where definitely I pick up my pencil and I just can't draw anything that I like, or I can't draw. I just hate it. I would know like, yeah, that is me having an art block. So usually I like to craft. I feel that as an artist and as somebody who is doing art, also as a business, I think it's very important for you to have a hobby or doing something that you like that does not need to be monetized. And in my case, I recently picked up punch needling and I've been making little like punch needle keychains and I really love them. I love how they turned out. I'm still practicing, so they look a bit iffy. I can put in some images and videos of them. So last Christmas, I was just punch needling my holiday away and I was so in the zone of making things and crafting. I took a break from art during that period of time because I felt a little burnt out from drawing so many things. I felt like I didn't want to continue burning out. So during holidays, I took a little break and I decided to craft. I think that has really helped me because coming into the new year, I had a brain full of ideas and creativity for me to push through and plan for the upcoming months ahead of what kind of art I want to put out and what kind of merch I want to make. Just a lot of ideas that I could reflect on at the start of the year because I did take a little break. Also, I feel that doing studies really helps me with art block as well. I would take a reference picture. It could be from anywhere like Pinterest or a photo that you take in your camera roll. You can just do a study of it. You don't have to post it anywhere or you don't have to show it to anyone. It could just be a really quick study and you could do multiple at a time to just help your brain get back into the groove of things. So yeah, that's how I deal with art block. I know I say the word art block a lot during this whole segment. I hope this helps. Okay, back to the pikmin art. So as you can see, I've done quite a bit like rendering the apple slightly and the little pigments. Drawing grass is one of my favorite things. I've always loved foliage, drawing foliage and trees and plants and flowers. And I think it's really like one of my favorite subjects to study. What I learned from this piece is that I think I was pretty art blocked while making this piece because I think I literally just haven't been drawing for a hot minute and I was like, oh, what should I do? I think more towards the end of this pigment piece, I was more in the zone. I started zoning in and locking in and I was like, whoa, I love art and I love making art. Oh my gosh, I should talk about like timekeeping and time management as an artist because girl, this is so hard. I just want to be an artist. I just want to draw. I just want to hee hee ha ha. But then there's all these adult things like finances and Excel sheet and things that you have to do to manage your time, manage your finance, your products, inventory checks. It's just a lot of things to consider, especially if you're looking to start an art business. I'm pretty sure I could talk about it now instead of making like a whole another video. I've been running my business for quite a while already. It's been, I think, 4 years. This year, one of my goals was to like start another YouTube channel. I used to have a YouTube channel, but then I wanted to focus more on like videos and tutorials and vlogs and stuff. So here we are. I started this whole thing when I got out of uni and I did work for a couple of years. Sort of like started this business while I was working full time. When I got to a point where I was able to accept the income, sort of income, because it wasn't really any much income. Then I quit my full-time job to pursue this full-time. It was all a whirlwind. It happened so fast. I was so shocked but I decided to take the leap and I don't regret it. I am suffering, but I'm suffering in happiness. I love what I do. I love creating art for everyone and for myself. I love art. I love artists. I just love art and the people who make art. I'm really happy that I am in this community and that I'm surrounded by so many people who are so supportive of the things that I do. I'm not sure if I'll ever do like a 5-hour draw with me because either it would just be silent all the way or I would stream it on Twitch. So if you guys are interested in this kind of draw with me videos but you're interested in like larger pieces, because this is just a small one for my wallpaper for Patreon this month, but if you're interested in much bigger pieces, I do stream at twitch.tv/fansroom. If you want to come catch me sometime, you could also follow me and come into my Discord to check out my streaming schedule, which I will update on the day itself when I stream. I'd like to talk about streaming as well. I really love streaming. Streaming brings me so much joy. Ever since I started streaming art on Twitch, I actually discovered such an amazing community and I have so much fun on stream. I literally yap all the time and everyone talk to me and I talk to everyone. It's just good vibes. Most of the people that I feel that chat in my chats, they are also artists or they are interested in art. We are all like-minded and we all are eager to create like a safe space, a fun community. I love the community so much. The art community is freaking amazing and I've never been more happy to just be in this space. I'm also very grateful that I've met all these cool people on the internet that I wouldn't have met if I didn't start streaming. So Twitch people, if you guys are watching this video till this part, I love you, as well as my patrons. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you all for supporting me and for allowing me to do what I love. I think if I redrew this piece, I could do a better job now because I learned so much from drawing this and also watching the video back as I am doing this voice recording. I feel that I would definitely draw the pigments in a little different way and choose like better colors for them, but it is too late now. I always look back on my past drawings and I'm like, damn, I would love to do a redraw. Have you ever tried doing 1 year redraws, like 1 year apart? I'm pretty sure you see such a huge difference. You should try drawing one thing, continuously draw it for like the next 5 years, every single year, just to see how much you have improved and how far you've come. If you ever have art block or if you ever feel like not so good about yourself, I'm pretty sure you can look back on all your drawings throughout the years and see the improvement, because when I look back in my iPad archives, I actually scroll all the way down to my first few pieces of art. I actually saw the difference of how much I improved from like when I first started drawing till now, and I always feel so in awe. All these hours that I've put into drawing has not gone to waste. I was like, I can't believe people buy my art. I had so much imposter syndrome. I just thought it was so ugly. Oh, everything looks like trash. But then people would be like, oh no, it looks great. And I'm like, what's happening? I think as the creator of your own work, you tend to be harsher on yourself because you have an expectation of what you want to create in your head. And when it comes out onto the paper, you're like, damn, this is not what I want. I freaking hate it. But in actuality, it's freaking gorgeous. You should just keep drawing and doing what you love. I think that's one really important thing that I learned on this art journey, and I think that everyone should just trust the process. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my draw with me / color with me video. I hope you have fun doing whatever activity you're doing in the background, or if you're watching this video or drawing along with me, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for accompanying me during this time. I hope you have the best day. Bye bye.